अस्सलाम वालेकुम। How are you? इसकी आवाज हल्की कर। भागने लगे। हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। Yasin, how are you? हेलो।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम सर, आप कैसे हैं सर?
Alhamdulillah. How's your Ramadan going?
How are you sir?
Alhamdulillah. How's Ramadan? Are you keeping fast all the time or skipping?
Sir, Ramadan is going very well while sitting in home.
You are in Dadu now. You are in Dadu now. Hello. Hello. I think you are in Dadu.
Hello.
Hello. Are you in Dadu or somewhere? In which village are you in?
Sir, I'm getting your voice, but it's being cut mid.
Okay. Now single problems are there. I'm asking you, in which area of interior sin are you in? Are you in Dadu?
I'm in Larkana, sir.
Larkana. So weather of Larkana is hotter, I think. Much hotter.
Larkana, sir.
So
Very
Larkana,
hot, sir.
very hot. It's difficult to keep fast there, but still you're keeping all the fast. That's fine. That's very religious side of you, and Allah will give you reward of that.
Here.
Inshallah, inshallah. Pray that let's Allah, shower us rain here so that the weather will be cool.
In Karachi, sir.
Yeah, I'm in Karachi now. Previous class, I think you were absent. In previous class, were you there?
No, sir. I was not absent.
You didn't, I think, attend
No,
the
sir.
class. So you can see the screen here. ले जाओ उधर ले जाओ. उधर ले जा यार, उसको उठा के ले जा. Welcome Ali Raza, welcome. Where have you, Ali Raza, where have you been?
Sir,
You haven't been here in our class for last couple of classes. You missed.
जी sir.
You missed some of the classes. You were not present.
जी sir.
How's going? Everything is fine.
जी सर, एक मर्तबा सर मेरे नाना की डेथ हो गई थी, इसलिए नहीं हो सका, और दूसरी मर्तबा पैकेज नहीं.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Sorry to listen about your nana, your grandparent. May Allah, keep him in a peace and a great.
Amin, amin.
All right. So, Farhan, how are you? Farhan, fine. Farhan, how are you? Are you there?
Sir, he is not open mic.
Okay, mic problem is there. Anyways, I hope everybody is fine there. And
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah.
yes, look at the page in front of you. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is Countess Revenge by John Henry Walsh. This is one of the second drama of your course, and section subsection third related with this drama.
Sir, we know that.
Yes, you know. So you must have read about that. Have you read? Do you have any knowledge?
Sir, now I will read. I will read, sir.
What?
Sir,
Yes,
this novel.
we discussed in previous class the same novel. So I'm just going to ask you some question today. Just before I ask you question, I'm going to just revise once again to refresh what you learned and what you practice and whatever is in your mind right now. So, Countess Revenge. Who are the main characters of the novel, of the play? Major characters are the Count of Monte Cristo,
Yes, sir.
he,
Albert and
Albert.
Countess of Morcerf
Yes,
and Count of Morcerf.
yes.
Yes, sir. These
These
are.
are the major characters, right? Now, minor characters are Bishop, the friend, editor of Paris newspaper and friend of Albert, Morel, a friend of Monte Cristo, Bart, Barticchio, steward of the Monte Cristo, and two Volvets, two servants. We have to focus the major characters. If you see, the first one is the Monte Cristo. Monte Cristo is basically is the hero of the is the basically hero of the novel play. Sorry, and Albert and his family, Countess of Morcerf and the Count of Morcerf, father and the mother of Albert. Right? Right now, this couple, Count and Countess of Morcerf, they have one child, that is Albert, right? And Albert is a friend of Monte Cristo. Yes, Yasin, tell me the background of the play. Can you?
Yes, sir. Background is like this. That Monte Cristo, he was once a sailor, a fisherman. He used to catch the fishes and
Uh,
fish, and that Countess of Morcerf, she used to love him, and he also used to love that girl. And after
Al-
that, she's
Albert's mother, right?
yes, sir.
Countess of Morcerf, Albert's mother, Monte
Yes, sir.
Cristo used to love in the past, right? And
Yes, sir.
wanted to get married. They love each other
Yes,
very
sir.
much.
And they, yes, sir. And when they were very near to get married,
Yeah.
that the count of Mosef, he jailed that person, jailed Monte Cristo, and he himself married with that girl, and he Albert was became his son.
Albert was born by their after their marriage, and Monte Cristo
Yes, sir.
was imprisoned for many years, and
For 20 years, sir.
the mother of Albert didn't have any idea about what happened, right? All the
Yes, sir.
conspiracy was from the father of the
Mosef.
Albert. Albert father was
Yes, sir.
actually not a good man, and he played and planned very much negative, kind of conspiracy against the Monte Cristo, and imprison him and blame him so that he could get married with the mother of Albert, and he was successful in that attempt, and successfully he did all what he wanted, and he got married with the lady he loved. So one lady was there, two lovers were there, Monte Cristo and the father of Albert. So father of Albert played a negative role, Monte Cristo played a positive role. So let's go forward for the first page. Yes, who will read? Farhan, can you read? You were absent. Or the others. Ali
Sir,
Raza.
can I, sir?
Yes, Ali
Yes,
Raza.
sir.
Can you read?
Yes, sir, I am reading. There are two parts of play. The first part is about the past history of play. Some 20 years ago, Edmund
Dentist.
Dantes,
Dentist.
French
Sailor. Who?
in Mercedes.
Yeah.
A fisherman, Fernand Mondego, became jealous of rope between the Edmund and
And Mercedes.
the rich allowed to marry the beautiful girl. This is an allegation against the sailor, and he sent behind the bars for life. But fortunately, the sailor finds his way out of the prison, and by his fortune, he established himself as the Count of Monte Cristo. But he wants to avenge his lost love and false allegations against him.
So who is that sailor? Monte Cristo, right?
Yes, sir.
Monte Cristo is a sailor hero, and there are two more names: Mercedes and Dente. Admit Dente is a father,
Yes, sir.
and Mercedes is a lady who is the mother of Albert, right? So
Yes, sir.
this is the historical name, and they later on they change their names, right? Now next page, scene one. Yasin,
Yes, sir.
read now. Scene one.
Scene one. Yes, sir. The play opens with the conversation between Albert and his mother, the Countess of Morcerf. They are discussing the trial of the Count of Morcerf in the Chamber of Deputies on the charge that, as a captain in the French army, he received bribed by the Turk and surrendered to them the fortress of Yanina.
Janina. Albert believes that. Continue. Albert
Okay,
believes that.
Harun. Sir Albert believes that by this trial, their family has been disgraced. Therefore, he is determined to challenge the person who sent anonymous letters to the government, causing his father's trial and disgrace.
All right. So first thing is clear that the conversation in first scene opens with Albert and the mother. They are discussing about the disgrace of the family. Someone has sent a letter to the government against the father of Albert that in French army when he received the bribes from the trucks and also surrendered them to the fortress of Yanina. Means that Albert's father was involved in bribery, corruption. The, the letter was sent to government that that man, the father of the Albert, is not a good man. In past, he has done something wrong. So when they listened, Albert and his mother, so they were worried about his father. Albert was, very much worried about his father's future. That who has disgraced, my father and my family. And generally, as you know, when somebody says something against your father or mother or family, so definitely we are furious. We are very much angry. Definitely, it's a nature that a person become angry when he listens something against his family. So similarly, Albert become furious, very angry that someone disgraced my father. I will not leave him. I will kill him. And now they are discussing, but they don't know who that person is, right? And they will come to know. They will come to know later on when his friend will tell the newspaper's agent. He will tell him the name of the person who has disgraced his family. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Farhan,
sir.
whenever you are joining, you are disturbing us, like marking and other. So kindly don't do that. Now next page. Yes, who will read it?
Farhan, sir.
Farhan is no more here.
Should I read?
Sir,
Okay, read now.
He sent his friend Byoshima to find out the sir that is not visible.
Who has marked it?
Sir, can you raise it?
No, who has marked? Whose stupid student is that? Don't you know the manners of study?
I don't know, sir.
I mean, three of you are there now. No other is there. So be very careful.
Sir, he is Farhan, I think.
This is not
Sir, he is
good
Farhan.
behavior. All right, now listen. Read now.
Okay. Byoshima to find out the man who sent letters and witnesses to prove the charges against his father. They also talk about the possibility of taking help from their friend. The Count of Monte Cristo, the mother expresses her doubts and tells Albert that the Count of uh, Monte Cristo is a man that he has never accepted any sort of food or drink from them. In the
Hmm?
meantime, Beauchamp comes back. He informs Albert and his mother that he has discovered the name of their enemy. But soon they are astonished to know that Albert's dear friend, the Count of Monte Cristo, is the man who caused all this trouble. Albert is much grieved. He decides to go to the Count and challenge him to a duel. The next morning, he takes Beauchamp with him and leave to see the Count immediately.
All right, good. All right. So now in second scene, as you see, when they wanted to know the person who has disgraced the family, so he asked their friend, take help from their friend, Albert's friend Bisham, to find out the man who has sent the letter to the witness to prove the charges against the father. So they also talk about the possibility of the taking help from their friend, the Count of Monte Cristo. Albert didn't have idea that who the person is, so he wanted his friends to come to know that who is the person. So Monte Cristo and Bishop both are his friends. So he talked to them about his disgrace of his family and wanted to know the who can be the behind this. Now the mother expresses her doubts and tells about that Albert that the Count of Monte Cristo is a mysterious person and that he has never accepted any sort of food and drink from them in the meantime. So now this mysterious person, Monte Cristo, the friend of Albert, Albert's mother doubts that maybe this mysterious person never has eaten anything, has never drunk anything from our house. And this is a custom. This is a custom of the Arab. This is a custom of the Arab that they never eat anything from their enemy's house, right? So the mother of Albert had an idea that Monte Cristo might be behind it. But anyway, they were waiting for from the proof. So Bishop came. He comes back. He informs Albert that his mother that he has discovered the name of their enemy. But sooner they are astonished to know that Albert's dear friend, the Count of Monte Cristo, is a man who caused all the trouble. Now his friend told him that who is behind this all, misconduct or disgrace. So his friend, who is a newspaper agent, is working there. So he comes and tells him that who is a person, and they come to know that Albert friend Monte Cristo is the man who has caused disgrace his family. So Albert is much grieved. He's in a problem. He's in a jeopardy. That what should I do? My friend is my enemy now. Yani Albert's friend is found enemy for him. So now he's in a dilemma. He's in a problem. He decides to go to the count and challenge him to the duel. Now, what is duel? Duel is a fight between two people, and it is a challenge when something goes wrong between two people, and there's a fight, and they say that okay, we will play the duel. So duel is a kind of fight in which one will be killed and one will remain alive, and the person who remain alive will be the winner. So Albert now wanted to challenge duel to the Monte Cristo next morning. So he takes Bishop with him and leaves to see the count immediately. So he went to Monte Cristo, Count of Monte Cristo, to play the duel and challenge him duel. Meanwhile, next page, scene 2. In the next scene, we find Monte Cristo, Countess of Morcerf, the mother, talking to the Count of Monte Cristo. Now, in next scene is about the mother of Albert talking to the friend of Albert, Monte Cristo, who was a past lover of his mother. The countess requests the count, mother requests to the Count of Monte Cristo to spare the life of her son. Now she said that my son is very much furious. He will come to you. He want to challenge the duel. Kindly save the life of my son. She reminds the good days, old days, and she was a girl and had been engaged to him, but afterwards she was married to Count of Morcerf. The Count of Monte Cristo tell the countess that her husband, the Count of Morcerf, is his old enemy. 20 years ago, he was a fisherman, and the Count of Monte Cristo was a sailor, and Morcerf got him indulged in the case for which he was given the 14 years imprisonment, and he did so to remove him from his way. Then he married with his beloved and the countess. Now, before that, before telling mother everything, she didn't have any idea what happened in the past. Now she knew that everything clearly, that what happened, how this Albert's father played a negative role and made him in prison. By the good luck, Monte Cristo succeeded in running away from the prison, and he went to an island, earned much wealth, and returned to France as a Count of Monte Cristo. Thus, he explains his motive for sending letter against the Count of Morcerf and getting him disgrace. The Countess is very much shocked to hearing this story, and assured Monte Cristo that he didn't know anything about it, and anyhow, her request is granted, and the Monte Cristo promises to spare Albert's life. Now, by coming to know the past, the mother, Albert's mother, was shocked that really it happened in the past. She had no idea that how Albert's father played a plan against him. So now he came to know everything, but she asked and told Monte Cristo that spare the life of his only son, Albert. Don't kill in a duel to my son Albert. And he gave the guarantee that I will not kill him. Next scene, third scene and last scene. In third scene, we find the Count of Morcerf talking to his wife. Now Albert's father is talking to Albert's mother. They are waiting for Albert to return from the duel. Their talk shows that the husband and the wife are not on a good terms, and the countess intends to go away with her son after the matter of the duel is over. In the meanwhile, Bishop comes and tells them that Albert is returning home safe and sound. Now, in third scene, the mother and father of the Albert is worried about the Albert because Albert has went for duel. They are waiting for the result of the duel. But during that time, mother of Albert is not in a good mood because he came to know everything about his father. So she said that I will go away with my son Albert from you for some years. I wanted to go away from you. So, anyways, his friend come. Albert's friend came. Bishop came and tell parents that duel is over and he's going to tell the result. And they wait for him anxiously. Albert comes home, accompanied by the Count of Monte Cristo. As a matter of fact, the Countess has told Albert the whole story, and therefore the duel could not take place. Instead, they had a breakfast together, and now they have come back as friends. This news put the Count of Monte, his father, to a great rage. He attempts to firing on the Count of Monte Cristo with a pistol. In his effort, he is killed by his own pistol shot. Thus, the play ends with the death of the Count of Monte. The father of Albert wanted to kill Monte Cristo by knowing that now they didn't play the duel and this is the enemy of us, so he wanted to kill, but unfortunately by his own pistol he killed himself, unfortunately, or by mistake, by accident. So this is how the play ends, with the death of the father of Albert. The father was not a good character, and he reaches to his, what we can say, that as you sow so shall you reap. जैसा आप करोगे वैसा भरोगे. So in the world he found his what he did in the past. Finally,
Sir,
yes,
hello, sir.
yes, Ali Raza. Ali Raza, you have a question you can ask. Ali Raza. Ali Raza, if you have any question you can ask.
Sir, yes, sir. There is one question, sir.
Yes, ask. Ask, please. Ask me, no problem. You can ask any questions. Hello? Hello? Ali Raza, you want to ask question? Okay, I'm going ahead. Now for the conclusion.
Sir, why Albert offered
What? Albert what? Yes, any questions please? No questions?
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Waalaikumsalam. Yes, any questions?
Hello.
Any questions from audience?
सर ये मेरा तीसरी बार डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया, पता नहीं क्यों.
Okay. Anyways, listen
ये
now.
तुम्हारा नेटवर्क का मसला है.
Listen, please. Ali Raza, you want to ask something or not? Should I go forward?
सर एल्बर्ट के सर फादर ने अपने आप को क्यों मारा?
ये accidentally he was killed by himself. He didn't kill himself by willingly. He didn't commit suicide. As he took the gun to fire on Monte Cristo, but unfortunately by mistake his revolver was fired, and the bullet went in the body of himself, the Count of Morcerf, the father of Albert. He wanted to kill Monte Cristo. Unfortunately, accidentally, he was very much, in a sentimental position that he kill himself, right? I will show you the movie at the end of the movie. Inshallah, I'll bring you said how he was kill himself, right? He didn't want to
Yes,
kill
sir. Yes, sir.
himself. He accidentally kill himself.
Sir, tell us the name of that movie.
The same is the Count of Monte Cristo. You
Yes,
can
sir.
see the movie.
Clear.
It's available. I have also the movie, but right now I don't have time to play. But inshallah, next time I will play. Right? Next class I will arrange movie for you people. Right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. The final statement
Okay,
and central idea or bottom line, whatever you call it, that is what what this play reveal is justice always prevails. Yani, you cannot go away from justice. No one escapes the divine law of retribution or revenge. Yani, nature takes the revenge itself. If you harm someone, you will definitely pay the price for it. Once the father of Albert in a past 20 years back did something wrong, after 20 years time the same person came for the revenge, and definitely by his disgrace, and he disgraced his family, and also he destroyed his family completely, and he also can kill himself naturally. So divine laws, retribution is present in this play, and definitely
okay, sir.
it is something which is of course we should learn that we should not do something wrong with others. In future we will get the same treatment from the other people by nature. It's a natural law that do something wrong, get something wrong. As you saw, social you reap, jaisa aap karoge waisa bharoge, right? Sometime you find the treatment in this world, right? Sometime you don't find, or you don't face difficulty in this world, but hereafter you will find the same treatment in future, hereafter, right? Means that in this world, if somebody, for example, if somebody is doing robbery, if somebody is corrupt here in this world, for example, our government is corrupt, people are corrupt in government, so we can't see any sign that any revenge from the nature, and this world they are enjoying. Allah has leave them, but hereafter Allah will ask them that what you have done. But sometime we also have some examples that somebody who has been doing wrong in the world, in this world, and at the last or the final, the time of death, that person position is worst, right? So there are many examples you can find in a book, in a movie, in a real life, that those who are not a good people, their death and their end was definitely not good. They died by bullet, or by uh, by the policeman, or by sentenced to death, by somehow in a very worse position, right? So there are many
Sir, is
examples.
dialogue that?
Yes, definitely. It's a controversial person. I mean, some people say these are right, but some people say it's wrong. Some people talk about him
Yes,
as
sir.
a
I have to ask one thing more.
yes. Okay, we are running
Sir,
off
that is
times.
not relevant with this.
Which one?
So that is not related to this chapter, but it is with the English related.
About what?
Yes. So I want to ask that, sir. How should we prepare ourselves for ISSB? As English is main most important subject for that.
For what? For? IS.
ISSB.
Right now,
ISSB,
actually,
army test.
army test, of course, I will tell you. The main thing is that right now in second year, in first year, our focus is our course, right? What you are asking is,
Yes,
it
sir.
is apart from the course. It's another topic you can separately ask me, right? I will, you can call me separately, I will tell you. But right now our second year course is recording is going on, so we are just focusing on our subject. It is a second play of
Okay,
your
sir.
novel, of your sub syllabus, so we have to focus it. And the main questions which generally ask in subsection number 4 or 3, subsection number 3 or section B, they ask you some question. For example, they can ask you what Arab customs are referred to the short play of the Count Seven. What custom they referred? The custom, it was a famous Arab custom not to eat anything in enemy's home. Count of Monte Cristo, as it is guessed by the Countess of Morcerf, eats nothing at her home despite her sincere invitation. Yani Albert's friend Monte Cristo, whenever he is coming at home, he is not eating anything. Why? Because it was the home of his enemy. His father was his enemy. That's why he didn't eat anything. And her mother doubts sometimes that who the Monte Cristo is, because 20 years back his condition was different. She couldn't recognize properly. But when he told the story, then she came to know that okay, this is a person who in past loved me and we wanted to get married, and somehow we couldn't. But because of the father of Albert, is this clear? Why is this clear?
Sir, clear, clear, sir.
So the custom they referred in the play was the Arab custom. It was not to eat anything from the enemy's house. Now, what did Albert do when he came to
Sir,
know the father's persecutor? When he came to know that Monte Cristo is the person who disgraced his family, what did he do? He wanted to challenge a duel. It was a tradition, particularly in the royal class, to avenge the insult of challenging a duel. In the past, it was a a kind of activity which was taking place when somebody insults someone, so he was challenging him a duel. So he challenged Monte Cristo a duel when he came to know the persecutor who has sent the letter Monte Cristo to the government. Next question is, why did Count of Monte Cristo bring disgrace upon the Count of Morcerf? Why did he disgrace his family? To avenge the false libel put against him, to avenge the love that was robbed of him, to avenge the insult, that bad name when he was young sailor, and betrothed to Mercedes his love. Engage. Betrothed means engage. With the Mercedes he wanted to get married, but he couldn't marry. So he wanted to take all the avenge of that. That is why he disgraced his family. Number next, how did Count of Morcerf betray his country? Morcerf betrayed his country by handing the nation's secrets to the Turks and alleging an innocent and royal soldiers to afford this. So he took the bribe and surrendered against the Turks who wanted there was a war that time. He took the bribe. That's why he charged him. Number 4. What secret did Count of Monte Cristo find about the Count of Morcerf? Surrendering a fort, surrendering the fort of Yanina to the Turks' armies and escaping the bribe for it. So Monte Cristo came to know all this. That is why he gave the letter to government that in the past he took the bribe. and Truck's army took the bribe from that for the ford of Yanina. Question number 5. What were the causes of enmity between the two counts? The Count of Morcerf, the father of Albert, had falsely accused Count of Monte Cristo of sharing the national secret of strategic importance to the enemy forces. The latter was unjustifiable, justifiably sentenced the life imprisonment. Besides losing his love and fiancée, the loss that he wanted to avenge. This is actually the cause between the enmity of these two counts. All right, we have only 1 minute more, right, before the meeting ends. All these questions are very important. Question number 6 we will continue next time. Question 7, 8, 9, 10. We have many questions more to ask, and I will take out some important question from the 5 year also. Next class inshallah will be based on their MCQs. They are all related remaining question as you can see in our screen. Is this clear?
Sir,
Yeah. Yes.
sir,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
sir, I want to ask one thing.
Yes, Farhan. Go ahead. Go ahead, please ask.
Sir, we are listening that the schools are. Sir, I am saying that we are listening that the schools are not being open on 1st May, or they are increasing the holidays.
Not sure right now. It will take a little more time to decide that. Government is, deciding, but
So,
not.
sir,
Yes. You're
sir,
talking about.
yesterday there was a meeting. I think so. Education Ministry.
Uh,
They were showing on Geo and Sama and few other channels also
yes, I have
that
seen that meeting
three
is going.
provinces has denied